Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world today. Before we jump in, I wanted to respond to a couple of questions that I got over email before we get going today. Number one, a number of people have asked about the technology that I'm using to be able to zip in and out of things like this. I'm using a piece of software called Ecamm Live. And then Ecamm allows you to do all that sort of stuff. So like when recording videos and things like that on my screen, I use it. And then I have it set up as a virtual camera. So here in Zoom, I've selected that piece of software as my camera. So then it allows me to do all of these fancy transitions with the touch of a button. The second question I received was there were some questions about the finger points, which we jumped around to yesterday. Just to revisit those, if you're looking at your hand, I'm going to show you the back of my hand so it's a little easier for you to see where I'm pointing. The finger spots are immediately even with the bottom of the base of your nail bed, and then it's going to be on thumb side. So if I'm looking at the back of my hand, I'm looking at the back of my left hand, it's going to be here. You can see it's thumb side, same way here it's thumb side. And so typically in the original, lots of the original documentation, the ring finger was skipped because we used the gamut point here in the back. I have found that there is a tapping point here. It cost me 6 or 7 seconds to use it, and I find it just more natural to go across all the fingers. So that's the reason why you'll see me also use the ring finger when a lot of practitioners you see will not. It's there. We might as well tap on it. So to begin with, everybody take a nice big deep breath. Big stretch. Just tune into your entire system. And this morning we're going to go a little bit longer. We're going to do 5 minutes instead of 3 minutes of wordless tapping. So just tap on the side of the hand. Take a nice big deep breath. Feel free to play follow the leader with me and tap on the points that I am tapping on as we work our way through this. And if you want to tap on other points, just let your fingers do the walking and pay attention to that. Chin, another nice big deep breath. Side of the eye. Tippy top of the head. Collarbone. Under the arm. Liver spot, which is right on the edge of the ribs, directly below the nipple. Collarbone. Chin. Eyebrow. Under the eye. Side of the eye. Under the arm. Side of the hand. Chin. Eyebrow. Under the nose. Chin. Side of the hand. Collarbone. Under the arm. Side of the hand. chin, eyebrow, under the eye, side of the eye, under the arm, side of the hand, chin, under the nose, collarbone, side of the eye, tippy top of the head, chin, thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, pinky, gamut spot, collarbone. Nice big deep breath. It's gonna be a big stretch. Take a nice big deep breath again. Notice anything you need to grab. Is there a to-do? Is there an issue you need to tap on later? Question about the thumb point. So the thumb point is the exact same side as the pinky, as the fingers. So it's actually the edge of the hand. It's not on the inside, it's on the outside. So if you look at the inside of the hand, it's on the outside. You look at the back of the hand, it's on the outside. So that's the thumb point. Excellent. Great. So tune into your day. What's that boulder? What's the thing you're worried about? What's the task that feels like it is too much? Jot it down. If it goes wrong, what's the consequence of that? Know what the consequence of that particular thing is. Why are you worried about that? What are you going to do about it? Make some notes. And again, as always, drop the things that you are concerned about into our chat box over here. And specifics or as vague as you'd like, we'll incorporate it into the tapping this morning here. So what are some of the things you're worried about today? Pain might get worse. Lots of things, never enough time. Focusing on the wrong things, that's a great one. Record a bunch of videos. Worried about losing focus. Staying on task. And you're adding those in. I'm worried about catching up. I was without internet from 3:30 until about 8:30 yesterday, which complicated my day a little bit. Awesome. Side of the hand, nice big deep breath. Ooh, and just move from point to point, repeating after me. I recognize today there are a number of things that I need to get done. tasks that require focus, tasks that require my attention. And some of these tasks are going to stretch me today. Some of them are new tasks for me. Some of them are just tedious. Some of them are new and overwhelming. I'm worried I'm not going to have enough time. I'm worried I'm not going to have enough focus. I'm worried I'm going to start and then get distracted. And the goal of today isn't to cross everything off of my to-do list. But instead it's to move forward. Instead, it's to create something better. And to do that, if I take everything one at a time, everything will get done. I give myself permission to be imperfect today. Knowing that perfection is not necessary for me to achieve what I want. And if I hit roadblocks, I give myself permission to take care of myself. If I'm losing focus, it's okay to step away for a few minutes to refocus. If my physical body is aching, to take some time to care for it. I give myself permission to trust myself. To trust my focus. To trust my intuition. I give myself permission to be easy with myself. As I approach each task one at a time. Knowing I can work my way to success. And health today. Nice big deep breath. Again, feel free to stretch, move around. If there's a task, if there's an idea, if there's something came up, capture that. If you notice an issue that you need to do a little more tapping on when we're done with this, note that as well. Feel free to drop into the chat box any of the insights or thoughts or things that you found useful inside of that. One thing you'll notice with some of this tapping as we go from day to day, it feels kind of samey, and that's all right. Like, it's all right if we're coming back to the same issues over and over again, because being gentle with our self-focus, having a task that is stretching us, these sorts of things happen all of the time. And so starting our day in a consistent way is actually a good and useful thing, because not only are we in a circumstance by tapping on these things consistently, are we setting ourselves up for today, but if there are underlying issues that are deeper than what's just going to happen today, we're chipping away at those so they continue to be smaller and smaller and smaller. Awesome. In our varietal of things, today we're going to move on to next physical health. I give myself permission to trust the universe and to move from scarcity to abundance. That is a great mantra and attention for today. One at a time, yes. Forward progress, yes. The goal for today for me always is better. Better in this moment, better the next time I do the task, making my life moving forward. And sometimes it's just maintaining because of what's going on, but just having that as the space to work from makes it really easy. Side of the hand, nice big deep breath. And just repeat after me. My system is a healing machine. I give my system permission to do what it needs to do today to keep me healthy. I give my system permission to tap into its internal wisdom to increase my health and well-being today. I choose to release anything known, unknown, and hidden that is preventing me from being healthy today. I give my system permission to ask for what it needs to be healthy today. And if you need to make a note, go ahead and make a note. My system is made for health. My system is made for well-being. I'm thankful for everything my system does all day long to keep me safe and healthy. I give my system permission to ask for what it needs later today, not just now. There are times in which I'm hard on my system, and I apologize for that. There's times that I'm frustrated with my body just because I want healthier and better. I want my system to know that we are on the same team. I want my body to know that we are on the same team. I appreciate my system. I appreciate my body and all of its imperfections. I commit to supporting my system today. My system is a healing machine. Thank you. My system is a healing machine. Thank you. My system is a healing machine. Whenever I think of my mind, my body, my spirit, my higher self, I have different visualizations inside of my head. And at the end of something like this, sometimes I just like taking my physical body and just giving it a big hug. And just affirming it and appreciating it. Nice big deep breath. Give me a stretch, grab some water. Again, if there's something you noticed, an idea, a thought, a phrase that really rang true, something you want to do for yourself, for your system today, jot that down. And anything that came pop into mind that you want to share with the community, feel free to do that. I was reading through some of the feedback you all had left in the form that I posted over the weekend, and a number of folks commented on how encouraging it was to get the feedback and the insight from other people in the group. So know that you're not just sharing it with me, but we all get a chance to celebrate and learn from those phrases. And I'm sure at some point before we are done, I will put together a best of insight and phrases. So it'll give you another tool like we talked about yesterday, that Lego bowl of phrases and things that we can tune into. Move more. Yes, my body is so wise. It gives me messages. It's up to me to listen. Listen to my body and honor it. Being on the same team as our body. One of the very first pieces of content I created 13 years ago was this idea that our issues are our allies, that anything that is happening inside of our system is just our body trying to do its best to take care of us, even though sometimes it's doing the opposite of being healthy. And when we work from the position of being on the same team as our issues, it makes it so much easier for us to work with them. Dance and sing a song. Yes, that sounds like a proper Wednesday right there. Awesome. Great. Last thing I want to tap on this morning is your big why. Celebrate a birthday today. Happy birthday, Terry. That's awesome. Thanks for starting your birthday with us. Tune into your big why. Like, why did you get out of bed this morning? Or for those of you on the other side of the world, why did you get out of bed 14, 16 hours ago? What's your big why? And it could be for today, it could be big picture. This one's going to be particularly important for you to jot down and add some stuff so I can add it into what we're doing here, just so you're not tapping for my big why. You're allowed to tap for my big why. My big why is awesome, but it's probably not the right one for you. So what are some of the things that excite you, that make you move? And it's okay if it's not clear. Like, it's okay if you only have a vague sense of the direction that you're moving. I have found that moving in a direction that is vague provides clarity with each step that I take. And sometimes that clarity is I'm heading in the wrong direction. So don't feel like it has to be crystal clear. Build a life that I can be proud of. That's awesome. Do more, better with my time. Be a good grandma, being a role model and a source of unconditional love, living with intention. Create a business that creates pure joy and inspiration. Help people voice what they want, need, and feel. Helping people, healing myself, being free to do the things that I love. We are writing an amazing recipe for a great Wednesday. Love being alive. Want to be fully engaged with life. Yes. Oh, nice big deep breath. Tap on the side of the hand. Move from point to point. Oh, I love having purpose. I love having direction. Because the motivation to do difficult things the motivation to do tedious things can be found in my why. And sometimes my why is really clear. And sometimes my why is a little fuzzy. And no matter how clear my why is, at least having a glimpse of it is a good thing. I'm creating a life that I am proud of. It would be amazing to create space to do more and to do it better. I give myself permission to live authentically, to be a role model. Knowing that being a role model is not being perfect. It would be amazing if I had the courage today to live out my giftedness. To share that with those around me. To be a person of service. My intention is to create a life and maybe a business that truly serves. That I am proud of. Because of my success. Because of my impact. Because it is an authentic expression of me. Because it is a tool to amplify what I feel called to do. My desire is to be fully alive today. To be fully present and fully engaged. And in doing that, I'm going to face things that are holding me back. In doing that, it's going to help me to engage and be present. Knowing my why is not a demand to be perfect. Knowing my why is not a measuring stick to judge whether or not I'm living a good life. As I try and live my life and my why today, I'm open to learning new things about myself and about my why. My why is a work in progress. Just like I am a work in progress. Even if I only remember my why for these 3 minutes of tapping today, it will help me to live more authentically. I give my why permission to interrupt my day. When it needs to remind me about my why. How lucky am I to even ask the question, what is my why today? Nice big deep breath. Big stretch. Oh, awesome. Feel free to drop into the chat box some things that you noticed, some phrases that you resonated with, some things that you loved as we had that conversation about the why. If you tuned in and you got to access other people's why, what were some of the things that you noticed in that? Knowing that being perfect, being a role model is not being perfect. Oh, your backache's better. Awesome. Don't be perfect. My why is not my measuring stick. Perfection is not the goal. Awesome. Keep sharing those as you're doing that. Just a heads up to let you know how we're going to kind of talk about some things tomorrow. We're going to do specifically thinking about how we tap for to-dos in a specific way. Over the course of the last week and a half, we've been doing things more generally and intentions. I want to talk about how we specifically go after an individual task. On Friday, in addition to the regular tapping, one of the really awesome things is in the feedback, a number of people said, how do we figure out ways to do this over the weekend when we don't get a tap with you? So on Friday, we'll do our tapping for Friday, and we'll talk some strategy on how you can do some of this stuff on your own as we navigate our way through it. Awesome. Be proud of life. My sore arm is a reminder of my engagement. Interesting information there that we can pay attention to as we navigate our way through the day. Awesome. Well, we've been at this a little more than a half hour. I hope you have a wonderful morning, a wonderful afternoon, a wonderful evening, wherever you are in the world. If you need anything, Gene, Gene at tappingqna.com, or just hit reply to those reminders I'm sending every day with the links out there. Again, we still got room. If you know a friend who wants to join us, feel free to reach out and let them know they can join us. Have a great Wednesday. I'll see you guys Thursday morning. Bye-bye.